Hello, 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 hello. It's Wednesday night again, and it's almost 8 o'clock. We've got 4 minutes and 30 seconds until the show starts live, where Jill and I will be here live on video. You will be able to see us and hear us. Also, if you are watching this on replay, whether you're watching on YouTube or you're watching on Facebook or you're watching through Jill's website, which is Cox-Cordova.com, you can fast forward past this 4 minutes and get right into the show. But if you just love hearing me speak and you love the sound of my voice and you just want to stay and listen to me until the show starts, that's fine also. Okay, so remember, if you're here live, welcome if you're here live. And I can't wait to see you all here and hear you and see your comments. Now, as many of you know, if you're on Facebook or YouTube, you can post comments. So you can type in your comments or questions, and they will appear right up on the screen during the live show. But also, if you want to be seen and heard, or you just want to be heard on the show live by contributing to the show or asking a question during the show, you're able to do that also, because on Facebook and YouTube there is a link there. You just click that link and it'll bring you into the show. And don't worry, you won't just pop up. You go into our green room and Jill and I will see you there, and we'll give you fair warning when we're bringing you to stage. So I hope you guys use that option. So we've got about another 2 minutes and 15 seconds, and we're going to get into the show. And I can't wait. I cannot wait for the show to start. And that's every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. Now also, you know, we love it when you participate in the show with your comments and questions. So just text them and, type them in, through YouTube or Facebook, and it'll be great because you add to the show. The show is pretty decent with just Jill and I, but it's even better when we get to read your comments. So remember that. All right, so we've got about another minute and 15 seconds, and we'll be right here live on video. So please stand by. We've got about another 50 seconds and the show will start. And remember, if you don't want to wait 50 seconds and you are watching this in replay, just fast forward right into the show. But we love it when you come live. So if you're watching this in replay, please try to come live next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. We've got about 20 seconds and Jill and I will start the show. So please stand by. Hey, look like we've about got it this time, Jill. But you stopped. Ooh,
Greetings, everyone. This is I'm Right.
I'm right.
And I'm Jill Cox-Cordova.
I'm Anthony Cordova.
Welcome, everyone.
Welcome.
It's Wednesday.
And what are you doing on your Wednesday? Hey, well, let me guess. You're watching us.
Well, we hope they are.
Surely they must be watching
We
us.
hope they are. I don't think we've ever had a show where nobody showed up.
Even if you're watching this in replay, you should be here on Wednesday night. Or you can pretend it's Wednesday night. Whatever you want.
You can pretend?
Hump day.
You can pretend?
Yes, you can pretend it's Wednesday night. Use your imagination.
I'm confused. And do what?
Pretend it's Wednesday night and they're watching our show live. So if they're watching,
if they're watching, okay, I gotcha.
Wednesday night.
I understand.
Okay.
I'm a little slow tonight. It's okay.
It's okay.
We do have at least one person here with us. Hi, John.
Hey, John.
He's
what's
locked
cooking?
and loaded. Ready.
Just don't start shooting.
Well, we can duck. My reflexes are pretty good.
All right. Well, what's going on, Jill?
And the Cordovas are here. Ronaldo and Connie.
Hey, what's going on?
Family.
Happy that you're here.
Hello, family.
Cool. So what's up?
Well,
What's up?
yesterday was our anniversary.
Happy anniversary
To us.
We've been married for 200 years.
Is that what it feels like to you?
200 blissful years.
Oh my goodness! No, that's an oxymoron.
200
That's an oxymoron.
That is not an oxymoron. Bliss. Absolute bliss. For
It is.
200 years.
It's 19 years.
Well, we're hitting 20.
And so for our 20th next year, we're gonna have a big blowout party.
We're going skydiving?
No,
Why not?
that's not something you and I do together. It'll be something we do together. And Charlie says happy anniversary. Hi, Charlie.
Hey, Charlie, how are you? Good to see you. I listened to the sports show the other night. Actually, I meant to send you a text to tell you I did. I checked it out. It was pretty good.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Cool.
That's pretty good for you to say that. You don't even like sports.
It's not that I don't like sports. I just don't follow sports. If someone invites me to a game,
You're going to go.
and they have tickets,
Yeah. Oh, free
I
tickets?
will go.
You'll
Yes,
go?
and I will enjoy.
No, that's
the
not
game.
true. We were once offered tickets to a professional soccer game, and we didn't go.
Couldn't go. Didn't have the time.
Well, because it was going to be that night.
It was going to be that night. They told us like an hour or 2 hours before the game.
Well, that's true. That's
So
true.
we didn't-
It would
we
take
didn't
us that
go.
long to get there.
Yeah, but no. I
Oh,
won't
look,
go to
Charlie. Charlie says we look great. He
Well,
probably
thanks,
he
Charlie.
probably means to be married for 200 years. That's probably what he means.
Thank you, Charlie. It always means a lot to me.
Oh,
John
John says he hates sports too.
I don't hate sports. I just don't follow sports. That's all. I don't hate sports.
Good. Well, I'll leave that one alone.
I don't hate sports.
I'll leave that alone. But for our anniversary this year, like next year, it's going to just be like big blowout celebration nonstop.
Really?
Yes, I'll start planning now.
Good idea, because this is the first I'm hearing of this.
No, it's not. We talked about it yesterday. Because
No,
you said
after
we better
you've
start
been-
planning now.
After you've been married for 200 years, it's hard to recall the conversations.
Oh, okay. Well, just yesterday we were talking about it. But this year we do try to, every year we try to do something that we've never done before. So there was one anniversary, not this year, but one anniversary where we ended up at a roller derby match, which was great fun. Remember that?
Yeah, we did.
That was fun.
We went to the roller derby.
Yep. So
roller
this
derby
year
is not like it used to be. If you're like my age, where they
200 years old.
ring. It might be
Well,
older than that.
250
But there was a
years
ring
old.
and they had jammers and they'd be elbowing and stuff and knocking people out and throwing fists. It wasn't like that. It's different now.
Yeah, they were nicer to each other. They still took each other out, but they were nicer about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this year, we our thing that we're doing for the first time together is going salsa dancing. So even though our anniversary was yesterday, on Friday, that's what we're doing, Friday night. So I'm looking forward to that. That'll be fun. You already getting into it?
I am.
Yeah.
I should have
Just remember
cued some
that
music.
this particular class, it's, like partner dancing. So it's not just you by yourself. I'm there with you. Like we're going to be dancing together.
Keep up. Keep up. That's what I
I'll do
got to
my
say.
best.
Keep up.
I'll do my best. We've had some other comments to come in.
Keep up. Yeah, keep up with me.
John is saying, when we were talking about sports, I hate anything that involves a damn ball. That's just about every sport. That is just about every sport.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I play games with sports. I like table tennis. I like playing pool, billiards, bowling. I like bowling.
Just about every sport has a ball.
Yeah, how about that?
How about that?
Hmm.
And then Charlie, in regard to my planning a party, and he's like, Tony, just go. That's what Charlie's telling you. Jill
I'm
is
gonna
good
show
company
up.
for 19 years. Yeah, just show
Yeah,
up.
Mama,
I'll just
just
tell
show
you.
up.
I'll just tell you when to show up.
That's
I'll
it.
take care of everything else.
Show up and I'll be good.
Yep. That's how we do it. That's how we roll.
Jill's been asking for a surprise birthday party.
But it turns out it
For
won't be a
years.
surprise because I'm probably going to have to plan it myself. Just because you got, I guess you have this scar
I
of,
do have an
of
emotional
failing,
scar.
yeah, of failing to
Plan.
help plan a surprise party when you were a kid then.
Yeah, but it scarred the person that I was supposed to be planning a party for. And it scarred me because I felt bad that I messed it all up.
But you can redeem yourself with me.
Or or it could be a disaster. And I don't want to be responsible for the disaster surprise birthday party.
Well, guess I'll plan my own party.
Well, we can get one of your friends to plan it.
I can plan my own party.
I can provide the money.
I can plan my own party. I'll just give you a list. How about that?
It's
Since
your
I don't normally give
party
you a
and you'll plan it if you
honey-do
want
list,
to.
just give you a list. Like, this is what I would like at my next birthday party. How
What
about
about
that?
the guest list?
I'll tell you that too.
And that's the list you should not give me.
Why?
That was the problem with the last one.
If I tell you specifically who to invite, you wouldn't.
That's the list you should not give me. You should leave that to someone that's more responsible.
Okay.
I'm just letting you know.
All right. I'll plan my own party. We're back to that. That's my take on
I'm
that.
just letting you know.
We have a few more comments.
We didn't hear about your party until 2 hours before it was going to
Oh
start.
no, I don't do that. Mm-mm. Okay, I know who to give the list to instead. John says this country is awash in sports bars. That's true. There are plenty of sports bars. For once, I'd love to be able to find a news bar. That sounds interesting.
A news bar.
That sounds really
A
interesting.
news bar.
Like full of recovering journalists. Is that what you mean, John? We're all recovering. And then Connie says, hi, Jill and Tony. Hi.
Hi, Connie. Hi. Oh, boy.
All right. Well, shall we get to tonight's topic?
What is our topic? Tell me.
Tonight's topic. What?
Never mind.
Well,
Tonight's
John did
topic.
answer me. That is what he meant. A bar full of recovering journalists.
Yeah,
I'm
that would be
there. I
pretty
could do
cool.
that.
They need a lot of alcohol.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Long Island iced teas. If you have 3 of them, you'll forget all about journalism.
It takes 3.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a lot or not enough.
If it's a
Well, for
Long
me, it
Island
would
ice,
like
if
one
it's
would
a
do the
Long
trick.
Island iced tea, 3 is plenty.
Yeah, for me, one would do the
Get you
trick.
where you want to go.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
The land.
Connie says happy anniversary. Hi. Thank you.
you.
Thank you.
One year we read our vows
Yes,
on the show.
because the show was the
On
same
our
was on
anniversary.
our anniversary. Yes. Yes. Yes, we did.
Promise.
Go
No, I'm not
ahead.
going
Go
to do
ahead.
it now.
Go
No,
ahead.
that was yesterday. Anyway.
Oh, all right. Okay. So
Okay.
tonight's topic is
Don't I have a drum roll
you used
somewhere?
to. Okay.
Hey, there.
We're talking about when you buy things you can't afford. It's all part of a segment that we call
What do we call it?
Stand by your stance.
Stand by your stance. I always feel like I have to repeat that. Stand by your
know.
stance.
I don't know why that is. But this topic was your idea. So why?
Well, here's the thing. I have noticed, even with myself, when the money's the tightest, like, we've all gone through it where the money is, tighter than usual. That's when you want to buy something. You just want to buy something. Now, someone like me, I'll buy something that like costs $20, $30 and I'll be like, oh, I bought something. But then there's other people, they'll feel like they just need to buy something to make themselves feel better because their money's tight. But they'll like buy a car. They'll do something extravagant, something that they really cannot afford. And they'll be paying for it for like the next 7 to 8 years because of this need to buy something that they can't afford. Now, the question is it okay to do that? And I'm asking the audience now, is it okay to do that? To just buy some expensive thing when you don't really have the money for it, but you're going to do it. You're going to do it.
Well, I think purchases
okay?
like that come about like that. It's because it's an emotional thing. You're
Yeah.
feeling sad, or maybe you're wanting to celebrate something. But most of the time, it's because people. It's retail therapy.
Retail therapy.
Yes, it's buying something makes them feel better. Just like dopamine. Like people get a charge, from exercising, right? So people can get a charge also from buying something. It's like the thrill of buying something that you probably shouldn't. Like I wouldn't know how many people spent tons and tons of money on. I don't get me wrong, I love Beyonce, but spent a ton of money on buying like the highest price tickets. Or
Oh,
maybe
yes.
people like dished out, what was it, $992, something, like almost $1,000 for tickets to see Denzel Washington and Jake Gyllenhaal in Othello. Maybe they couldn't afford those tickets, but maybe they bought them anyway because it made them feel better about something.
Yeah, but I was in an establishment. I won't say what the establishment was, but I knew that the person working there was probably making minimum wage. Okay? And she says to me, I'm going to the Beyonce concert.
This was not the current tour. This
No.
was another tour.
Another tour a few years ago. And I said, well, that's great. I was like, that's kind of expensive, isn't it? She said, but it's worth it. It's worth it. I said, well, how much was the ticket? And she told me something crazy, like $2,000
Whoa.
for one ticket.
For one ticket?
One ticket.
Wow.
One ticket, $2,000.
But she thought that was worth it because it made her feel better, obviously.
Because it was Beyonce.
Well, I mean, if you're
No.
one of her, Beehive fans, seeing her perform, and she puts on an incredible show. Seeing her perform to many people is worth the price of the ticket.
But you'd probably be paying for that ticket until Beyonce is a senior citizen.
But she had that one night where she just enjoyed life.
See, I couldn't do it.
No, you couldn't.
I couldn't do it.
You definitely
Like
couldn't.
I said, my splurge is $20-$30.
You definitely couldn't. Well, we've told this story on I'm Right before, but I'll bring it up again because it fits the topic of the
I wasn't
time.
going to bring it up.
I know. I'm bringing it up because you're not mad anymore, right? This was years ago. When I was making the most money I've made in TV, but I was stressed because that's another reason people go and buy things. I was stressed. So I had gone to. I was at the jewelry store because I was having my rings cleaned. But while I was there, they started showing me other jewelry. And there was just this ring that just called out to me. It said, Jill, buy me. Buy me, Jill. You know you need me. You want me. And so I did. And it wasn't $2,000. It wasn't even $1,000. It was $800, but it wasn't $1,000. And I got the ring. And then I told you. Which you were not happy about. But you're not mad now, right?
Absolutely not.
And the reason I did it was because I was so stressed of working. And I feel like, you work, you make money. I was making money. And so that moment of retail therapy made me feel better about my situation at work.
At the time, Jill and I had 2 house notes. Okay? We had 2 full house notes. The house we live in now and the house she used to live in. And I was remodeling the house to get it ready for sale so I could sell it, so we could get this other house note off of us. So money
we did sell it.
Money was tight. Money was very, very tight. And then you bought the expensive ring.
I did. I bought it. I did. I admit wholeheartedly that I bought it, and at the moment, at that time, it felt great. It gave me the charge I needed to keep going at that horrible job.
Silence. See, there's silence. There's silence from me. There's silence from the audience. Everyone
they've
is
been
quiet.
talking.
Everyone's quiet.
I'm just trying to
They're
tell
like,
you.
ooh, Jill, ooh.
Who is this?
Someone has come into the show and they don't know it. You hear it? That's someone in the show. Anyway, let's continue.
Yes, let's continue. Okay.
Okay.
Well, we have comments that I was going to put up. Okay.
All right.
So, Charlie says, I am so happy my 2014 vehicle has no more payments.
Payments on it.
I want a new car, but no payments feels so good. Yes.
No payments feel
Yes,
really
it
good.
does. We are
No
happy
car,
that we don't
we
have
have
car
no
notes
car
either.
notes.
Yep. 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 I get it. And then John says, off topic, we all used to go to Cafe 521. I remember. After the 11 p.m. newscast, the local paper Charlotte Observer crowd was always seated on the raised circular table in the corner holding court. Yes, they were. I remember that. One night, as we came filing in, Dennis, an op-ed columnist, turned around, looked right at me, and said, "Oh, great. The TV scum has arrived.
Ooh.
They're just jealous. Those print people. Just jealous.
Ooh.
Just jealous. That's what they were."
Those are fighting words. And the fight broke out after that, right? Did everybody start fighting? There was a bar fight after that?
There was no brawl
There
that
was
I recall.
Oh, shoot. That's when the fight
Or
should have brought out.
maybe I left before the brawl happened. So, yeah, I remember Cafe 521. Yes, I do. I do.
Could have hit somebody in the head with a beer.
Why are you telling people how to brawl?
I've never been in a... Never mind.
Yep. Charlie, there's
Never
crazy
mind.
costs all around. Ronaldo says, what about the people that just can't pass on a sale? I think that's a Cordova mail thing.
Oh, no. I can pass on a sale.
Can you?
Yes, I can.
I'm not sure you can.
Well,
I remember one time we were out Christmas shopping together. And
it was a gift for you.
I know, but I originally hadn't even asked for these $400 boots.
They were more than that.
They were on sale. They were $800 boots that were on sale for 50% off. And that's what you couldn't...
No, they were actually $1,600 boots.
Again, the sale got you. Because I was just like, oh, it's okay. I don't need a $400 boots.
Wait. I got to talk to someone that's in our audience. Now, if someone else that's in our audience just coughed, everyone can hear you.
Yeah, it's whoever is
We
waiting
can't-
to talk to us, but we don't know who you are.
They probably don't even know they pressed the
Okay.
link.
Because we can't see you. We just, I don't know. We don't know who you are. Okay. But yes,
Okay.
you couldn't pass on that sale.
It
That's
was
why
for
you bought
you.
them. But you,
It was a
But I wasn't saying-
Christmas gift for you.
which I appreciate, and I still have those boots, and I still, every time I put them on, I walk like a model on a runway, because I'm just strutting with my $400 boots.
No, they were $800-something boots.
You bought them for 400 and something.
No, they were $1,600 boots on 50% off.
I think they were $800 boots that you got for 400.
I paid for them. I definitely know how much they get. The most expensive boots I ever bought.
So, audience, do you hear this? He's willing to buy me $800 boots,
was
but
for
he doesn't
you.
want me to buy an $800 ring. What up?
We discussed things beforehand.
That's
the
true.
difference.
That's true. But
And we were in a different,
I wasn't even-
we were in a different financial situation.
we did.
at
We
that
had
time.
sold my house, and yeah. Okay. All right. John says TV scum is a label that he wears proudly to this day. Okay, I'll remember that, John.
I'll remember that when I see you in person. Hey, TV scum!
And Charlie says your fam is dry snitching on you, Tony.
Dry snitching.
That's what he said.
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie.
All right. Well, shall we get to our next segment?
We have another segment.
Yes. You say that every time.
I'm ready.
All right.
I'm trying to help you.
Okay.
It's that segment.
All right. So what do you
So-
have to help the audience? And
Yes,
the
yes. We have
situation.
tell them, well, what do you do if you really want to buy something and you really can't afford it? What do you do? Connie has advice. Discussion is the key. Agreed. I agree with that now.
We had a discussion afterwards.
We did.
I'll tell you that.
We did.
We sure did. So what's your trying to help you? What are you
Well,
trying to help?
my thing is, again, I believe that people make those kinds of purchases because of an emotion, whatever that emotion is. So my advice is to consider why is it that you really want this, and weigh the pros and the cons. Like, one night of going to a concert that you can't afford really going to, like, is it going to keep you uplifted? Do you not just have not enough joy in your life where this one night is worth it? Just weigh it out. Because maybe the answer is yes. This one thing will make you happy, and but then you have to figure out, well, how are you gonna pay for whatever it is you're not paying for because you spent your money on that?
Yeah, because like when your lights go off and the house is cold and that thing you bought is not going to keep you warm. Well, my advice is,
And you should answer the question about sales. What if you can't pass up on a sale? We didn't answer that question.
No, I pass up on sales.
But what's your advice if you can't? That was the question.
I thought it was trying to help you. I thought that's our segment.
What do you tell people who can't pass up on a sale?
You don't need it.
Okay.
You don't need that. The question is, do you really need that? Do you really need it?
Well, some people have their needs and wants mixed up.
Yes. So you may not need that thing. Good deal, but look, I have come along many good deals, and I would have to ask myself, do I really need that thing, or do I really, really have to have that? And in most cases, the answer is no. Usually for me, I can talk myself out of something pretty quickly. I'm good at that. So, hey, this is what I do. When there's something that I want for myself, right, and I know I'm going to talk myself out of it, I tell Jill. And Jill says, get it. You need to get it. Go on and get it.
That is true. Every time you don't want to be talked out of something, you just ask me, yes, you should have it. That is true. I'm your girl for that.
Yes, but most times I will talk myself out of something.
Well, we're getting more comments. Oh, the definition of dry snitching, in case you didn't know.
Yeah, let me have dry snitching.
Okay, Charlie says dry snitching in prison. Dry snitching means to snitch indirectly by talking in an excessively loud voice or drawing attention from the guards or offering some information but no names.
I've never done that.
He said your family was dry snitching on you.
Oh, they have done that. They have, yes, you're right, Charlie. They have done that.
Oh, well, Dave and Sam are here. Hi, Dave and Sam.
Dave and
Sam are the hosts of the Married Couple Podcast, which you can find on YouTube. Yes. Okay. I don't know which one is saying this, but I woke up in the middle of the night during a dream last night and made $1,000 purchase in the middle of the night. Then I accidentally, okay, this is Dave talking. Then I didn't want to assume Dave. I was going to say it was you, but I didn't want to assume. Then I accidentally told Sam about it today. Oh, but wait, there's a part two.
It wasn't a dream.
There was a part two. Technically, I bought a CPAP machine, so she's not mad.
Yeah, and hey, y'all, I caught one of your shows. I think last week also.
That's good. They're always fun.
Actually, it wasn't last week. It was the one you guys had Rocksteady on with you.
Rock
Yeah.
steady. Okay. Back to the sales. Shouldn't buy. Shouldn't buy.
Yeah. Just because it's on sale doesn't mean you have to buy it.
And Connie says some people can always justify spending money. That is true. I do know some people like that. I am not one of them. You are not one of them. No, but I know some people who can definitely justify every single thing that they purchase,
now,
even if they don't need it.
Is it okay? Let's say you go on vacation. Mm-hmm. Now, you go on vacation and there's stuff. You know, you go shopping where you usually didn't go shopping. You see different stuff. Is that an exception where it's just okay to spend?
Well, I think most people budget for that ahead of time.
But you can spend money you don't have.
That's
for
true.
instance, people that go on vacation and buy a timeshare for $100,000.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Well, Ronaldo says you may not need it at the moment, but you might later.
No.
Sometimes.
No.
If you're like in preparation mode, like always being prepared.
Yeah, but if it sits in a drawer for 60 or 70 years,
you can probably get rid of it, I suppose.
Yeah, you might not have needed it. So.
And back to dry snitching. Ronaldo, according to Charlie, was dry snitching about you in sales. About you in sales.
No, I like a good sale, but I don't seek out sales. If I happen upon one, or there's something I actually need, I will seek out a sale on that item.
Oh.
That I will do.
Okay. And then John says, Constance is not showing up in the comments. Am I on the right setting? You are. Let's see if you can see this one. She's on YouTube and you're on Facebook, John. So I'm not sure if you're saying you can't see it on the screen, or if you can't see her comments in the comments.
Yeah,
so,
you can't see her.
So
in
the
comments.
yeah. So
That's
hopefully
why.
you can see her on
But
screen,
you can see
because
her
she's
on
saying
our
no.
Yeah.
So she's on YouTube, and the married couple's on YouTube, and you're on Facebook.
So that's why.
So I hope that is why you're not seeing.
And we're all still working on where you all can do this
From my website.
From Jill's website.
Yay!
So you can do all your comments and everything else and get on and everything. So one spot.
Yep.
But you could still go to Facebook and YouTube. But Facebook is starting to delete anyone's videos after 30 days.
Live
Videos, live content.
And actually, for us, it's been less than 30 days. It just like, we're getting rid of it like Friday. Like, oh, okay then.
So we need to do something about that.
Yep. And then Charlie said, well, John said, okay then, to what we just said. And then Charlie says, my mistake, but I immediately associated the sales comment with Tony. No, you were right. That is not a mistake. That is Tony.
The what?
You love a good sale. That's you. That's not me. That's you. Because the problem with me, me is that if I just like something, I want it, and then I'll look at the price. So it's with Tony, it's more that it's on sale.
Yeah, but I'm not a shopper. I'm a seller.
But you love a good sale. You do.
No, but I don't go shopping looking for sales. I just don't.
Well, that's
it.
true. Like he's not in the store.
I'm not.
He's not in the store for a sale. But if he sees a sale, like the example with the boots, he sees a sale, like, oh, well, then you have to have it.
It was Christmas. It was
Christmas,
gift.
and it's still, I still have those shoes. That was many, many years ago, but I still wear them because they're still good, great boots.
Yeah, if you can get some expensive shoes, like 50% off, but they're really expensive shoes, go ahead and buy them. The reason is they will last. They last longer, and they almost don't go out of style. And they're made so well.
Those have not gone out of
and
style.
they're made so well that if they go out of style, all you got to do is hold on to them, and they'll come back in style. But they'll still be good like new because they're quality. So.
Yep. And Ronaldo says, it should be against the law not to like a good sale.
Good sales are great. But ask yourself, do I need that?
I didn't need the boots, but I'm glad I have them.
Now, if I saw a sale or a deal, let's say a deal, not a sale, but a deal. Like if somebody said, hey, I will sell you this car. Doesn't matter what kind of car it is, but they say, I'll sell you this car for $500. And then I look up the car, and the car is actually worth $15,000. I will buy that car, and I will sell that car. See, I'm a seller. I like to sell stuff.
Well, speaking of that, Connie says we don't always have to be the shopper. Make some cash by selling.
Yes. I prefer to sell.
And Charlie, going back to, I mentioned earlier that Dave and Sam are the married couple, host of the Married Couple podcast, and they're on YouTube. So Charlie also has a podcast. In fact, he's been a guest on our show talking about his podcast, and he's going to be moving his podcast to YouTube.
Oh, you're going to YouTube?
I don't blame you. don't blame you one little bit. And then John says the first concert I ever went to was Led Zeppelin. Woo!
Oh, right. I would like to go to that concert.
In 1970. $5. What?
$5.
Huh? For Led Zeppelin? According to the inflation calculator.
Time ago. What year was that?
1970.
Are you sure?
That's what he put. John, I didn't even know you were alive in 1970. But anyway, according to the inflation calculator, that's $42.21 in 2025 dollars. Honestly, what the hell? Like that's true.
Still cheap.
That is, because these concerts, man, it's
are insane.
like those ticket prices are
can't afford to go to
one. Yep. Unless you're a member of the AARP, and then sometimes they have concerts that you could just listen to for free.
Hey, John, the only thing I miss about Jill not being in the business anymore,
TV business,
is being behind the ropes. I like being behind the scenes.
I did have a lot of great perks. So I'm just trying to meet people where I can still have perks and not have to do the work.
That's the only thing I miss. I miss being behind the scenes. That's about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're way over.
Yeah, so we need to
And I know you're trying to go to bed soon.
Yeah. As you all know, I got a day job.
Yep. Yep. Gotta make the money so you can spend it when you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. All right. You ready to wrap it up?
Yes, I guess we can start
here we
wrapping
go.
this up then. Well, I've been asking this for a while. After show, anyone? We need your input. Hey, come up with some ideas. A show you would like us to do, or something you would like us to talk about. Just let us know. You know how to reach us. Also, make sure you come back next week live to I'm Right at 8 p.m. Eastern. Go to Jill's website also you can watch, and that's Cox-Cordova.com, and click the podcaster tab. Yeah.
Well, before I'm just going to go through comments quickly because they're still coming in.
Okay.
When we were talking about recovering journalists, John says, yes, perks, but also ulcers. That's true. Connie says, food is also expensive. Everything. That is true. That is true.
That's why we need to have a big cookout. A big one.
That's right. Charlie says, have a great night, Atlanta people. Well, same to you, Charlie.
We will. You're invited to the cookout, Charlie.
Yep. Everybody here
Everybody. Everyone that can hear us, that sees this show, is invited to the cookout. When is it going to be? I don't know.
And Denise said, good show. Hi, Denise.
Hey, what's up?
All right. You ready to wrap it up?
I'm ready to wrap it up.
Okay, here we go. Well, bye, everybody. See you next week.
Love you all. See ya.